Okay, so yesterday we worked on our comparison table for what two animals? Sloth and tortoise. Okay. I was checking the video last time and you need to talk. I'm not showing your face. You need to talk just a little bit louder.
Oh, okay. Am I talking loud?
We'll see if it works. Okay, so this was our draft, the one that I did, so we kind of know what to do. So, now let's finish ours. Here is a pencil for you and a pencil for me, just in case. So, what did we have so far? We said one concept was a sloth, the other concept was a tortoise. And what did we say our overall concept was?
They are slow animals.
Okay. And what were some sloth characteristics?
They
Hang
onto stuff, tree branches.
Do you want to make it more specific?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you can erase this one and put branches.
How do you spell branches?
B R A N Ch. Yep, and then ES, branches. So it's more than one. Good. Okay, so they're slow, they're furry, they live in the trees, and they are in herds. Does that mean there's more than one of them together?
They're not really in hordes.
What do we mean by this one? Do you remember from yesterday?
No.
Okay, it's okay. We'll just put a little line through that one.
They mostly live alone, but it's so cute because the babies hang from their tummies like a backpack when you put the backpack like that.
Yeah, that's cute.
And they go like this.
Okay, now I'd like you to go through and anything that tortoises and sloths have in common. See on my example here.
I need to make this more that way.
See how I have like the pluses are things that they share, so things they have in common. The minuses are things they do not have in common.
Okay.
So go through your little list there.
Where's the minuses?
No, you get to add them. So they hang on long branches. Do tortoises hang on long branches?
No.
So then that would be a minus sign because that's something they do not have in common.
What is that?
Oh yeah, I remember what you wanted to say. They eat herbs. That's what you're trying to say. You just did a D on accident instead of an A or a B. There we go. That makes more sense now. Okay. So go through and do your pluses and minuses for things they have in common and things they do not have in common.
What does it say? Legs?
Lays eggs. So now we're on to number 4. What do they share? So all of these plus marks up here, I want you to write down here. What do they share?
A shell. Wait, no, that doesn't say shell. It says slow.
Okay.
Wait,
You can put You can put shell, and then maybe you just didn't put slow on this side. That's okay.
I'll just write slow on this.
Okay, so now we need to think about categories, broad categories. So that means, what do these like things in common have, like a broader group? So for example, herbs. What category would that fall in? It is something that they both
Like
to do what? Eat. So one of their like categories, so a big category, would be what they eat. So you can just put down eat. And
that is the wrong way to spell eat.
oh, I like how you noticed that right away. Good. What about slow? What broad category does slow? Is it how they sleep? Is it how they
Do everything.
do everything? So it's how they,
Except in the water.
so it's how they move, right? So how they move. Good. So now we're going to do the same thing with our unlike characteristics. So all of your minuses will go in these two. So this one's our sloth, this one's our tortoise.
There's more than 4 on here.
That's okay.
Oh, okay. Places.
They lay eggs.
You spelled eggs wrong.
I did? That's yours.
No, that's yours.
Oh, okay. So what do sloths not have in common? Good. Now we're going to do the same thing where we put it into a broad category. So what are some broad categories for the unlike characteristics?
Should I put like a line?
No, that's okay. So remember up here we said what they eat and how slow they are. Down here, hot places, shell, they hang. Those are places where they do what? Is that where they spend most of their time? Where do you spend most of your time?
At school and at my house.
And at your house? What do you do at your house? It's called you
Spend time there.
you live there, right?
Oh, yeah.
So you could say where they live is an unlike characteristic. Or you could put their home. Yep, that's good. So one is furry and one has a hard shell. That is what? That's how they
How they stay warm.
Yep, or it's another
How they be safe.
how they're safe. Good. But it could also be, what I'm looking for is what they look like, right? Because that's a big, broad category, and then we could go into more detail about how it keeps them safe and how in your essay, right? It's okay. It just times out. You're good.
Oh, okay.
So, how they look.
How?
You can just
How
put
a look.
look. Yeah, that's okay because we'll know what it means.
How do you spell look?
L-O-O-K.
L-O-O-K.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot how to spell look.
That's okay. Happens to the best of us. So now that we've identified the like characteristics and the unlike characteristics, we need to finish and nail down a summary. So a summary would be, what is all of this kind of about, but in 1 or 2 sentences?
It's about how sloths and tortoises live.
Yep, it's how they're
How they are like.
and how they're
Unlike.
good. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to scratch you. L.
L.
Are you doing sloths?
I was gonna do how sloths and tortoises live and how they're unlike and like.
Okay. Would you like me to write that down on a sticky note so it helps you to spell everything?
Yes, please.
Okay. So what do you want to say?
How sloths are like and unlike and how they live. A lot of white spots on my tie-dye shirt, but
Is that your Eagle Bluff tie-dye shirt?
yeah.
I like it.
Well, the other side is way more better than the front.
Okay, let's finish because we gotta finish this video too. So let's do our summary. So while you're working on your summary, I want to talk about kind of some extensions we could do. So those are just questions we could ask to kind of dig deeper into this topic. So what kind of questions could we ask?
Why do sloths live in trees?
So why do they live there? You could ask like, how long do they live? Why do they live long? Some things like that, right? Those are things that could make our research go deeper.
I'm sorry for being too quiet.
Oh, that's okay. You're writing. Okay. So how do you feel about this comparison table? This chart we just worked on, this graphic. Was it helpful?
Kind of, yes.
Can you see you using it in other classes?
Yes.
What kind of things might it help you with?
Like science.
Science.
This thing, how all these two rocks, how they're different.
Right. That's good. It could help you with that. It could help you with some of your writing, right? Because this is kind of our topic sentence. These are our details. This is our conclusion, right? It kind of helps us organize our thoughts down. But is this something you might want to use again someday? Someday maybe. Okay, so we're all finished with this, and tomorrow we're going to start our comparison essay, okay? We're going to get working on that, and we're going to use this kind of as our tool.
Okay.
Awesome.